Hi, it's Mark from Training Spark. In this video, we wanted to give you a quick sneak preview of one of the features in our new AI eLearning Powerpack. And the one we're going to be looking at is the AI-powered conversations. So these are scenario-based activities using AI, and they allow learners to have conversations and immerse themselves in realistic scenarios, and AI will play the role of certain people in those conversations. And what I wanted to do was show you how we can get these set up nice and quickly. What we're going to do in the video is create a scenario where you're practicing a job interview. So you're being interviewed for a role in an online learning company. So we'll head to the OpenAI platform, and what this feature utilizes is a feature of OpenAI, who are the creators of ChatGPT, called assistants. And assistants are kind of like advanced chatbots. You can do a lot with them. So let's just create one here and I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to call this one Michael. So this is going to be the person who is interviewing us. And here we can say how we want them to respond. So we say, I'm going to paste in some text that I've already written here. So I'm saying you're the hiring manager at Innovate Learn eLearning Studios, and your job is to hire top talent. You can add as much instruction to this as you want, depending on how you want Michael to respond. You can also choose what model this uses. So I won't go into great detail on this, but ChatGPT and OpenAI have lots of different models. Some are faster than others, some are more advanced than others. But the most recent one only just came out in the last week or so is this GPT 4.0, and I'm going to leave that one enabled. One of the great things about assistants is that you can upload your own files and content to give the assistant additional knowledge. And this is great if you have your own methodologies and ways of teaching, because you can upload files to influence the way they respond to user questions. I'm not going to use that here, but that's something that we will cover in another video in the future. And there are a few other settings here that I'll just leave as they are. So once we've created that assistant, we can then use it in the AI eLearning Powerpack. But if we wanted to test this out, we can do this via the playground here and say, "Hi, Michael," and Michael will respond, and it says, "How can I assist you today?" So that is Michael we're talking to there. But what I want to do is copy this key here, which is the assistant's ID, which I do just by clicking copied. And now we can bring them into our learning platform. So I'm now on the demo learning platform here with the AI eLearning Powerpack installed. And here is where we can configure our assistants. So we can add as many of these as we like, but we can also give them things like an avatar, set what color their speech bubbles are, and add things like internal notes. So I'm going to add a new assistant here, and I'm going to paste in that key that I copied from the OpenAI platform. We know that this person is called Michael. And what I'm going to do is just from the media library choose a photo that will represent Michael in the conversations, and I'll just choose a color for his speech bubbles. I'm just going to click Save Changes now. And now what we've done is brought Michael into our system, so now we can use him within conversations. So to do that, we head to Conversations on the left here, and we can go add new AI-powered conversation. And I'm just going to call this one Job Interview Scenario. So we'll add a lot more detail on these in our knowledge base going forward. For now, I'm just going to give you a quick sneak preview of how it works. So basically, we can choose which assistants we want to participate in the conversation, and notice that we can have more than one if we want, so it's not limited to just one particular assistant within the conversation. We can choose whether or not we want the conversation to be remembered when people go back to the same page. if you want to start a new conversation afresh every time someone goes to the page, then you would set that to no. Here's where we can tell the AI what we want the conversation to do. And I've written a bit of a prompt for this before, and essentially we want it to do a job interview. So I'm just going to say, let's practice a job interview for a position of an online learning designer. You're the hiring manager. Here's a bit of information about me, and there's a bit of information about how they should respond. You can also add some objectives. These are things that you might want the learner to cover in the conversation. So you can say things like, present your portfolio, communicate your career goals, showcase relevant experience. These are things that you can either choose to show to the learner or not. So I'm going to show this above the conversation. And the last thing I'll show you here is that you can actually analyze the person's conversation against these objectives. So if you want to give feedback to the learner, we can set this to yes, and then they can check this. So I'm going to publish that. And now we've created our scenario. We can now copy this shortcode here into any page or post or course or lesson on our platform. So I'm going to do this just by going to a Learn Dash course here. And I'm going to go to this one here, edit one of the lessons, and I'll just slot it into this page here. So just down here, I'm just going to add this shortcode. I'm just going to paste it in there and then click update. And then let's view the lesson, and we'll see our conversation in there. So we can see here that we've got our conversation objectives at the top here and the dialogue here below, and we're asked to respond to Michael's questions. And as we can see here, he's asking us about a recent e-learning project we've worked on. I'll just say I created some health and safety exercises using Articulate Storyline. So here you can have a bit of a dialogue. Michael will ask us more questions, like what challenges we overcame. I had to use a new version of the software and get used to its new features. How did you go about familiarizing yourself? I used online materials and YouTube. So obviously you'd put a bit more effort into some of these responses, but what will happen here is you'll have this ongoing dialogue with Michael. And at the end of it, you can analyze your conversation against these objectives. And this can help give a bit of feedback to the learner to see how well they've done. So we'll just press that button now. And what it will do is take that conversation, analyze it, and give us some feedback against those objectives. So once that comes back, that'll appear here. And we can see here, feedback on the objectives. Thank you for sharing your recent project about healthy and safety exercises. You don't have to articulate a storyline. Be beneficial to provide more details. So it's gone against each of the the objectives we had and gives a bit of a summary. Overall, you provided information about a recent e-learning project. However, more detailed information about technical proficiency, instructional design knowledge. So it's giving honest and useful feedback to the learner. So we're excited for you to be able to use these in your own projects. And our plan is to create a few more sneak preview videos of the different types of AI functionality that is included in the AI eLearning Powerpack. And we'll do that over the next few weeks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do have any questions about the AI eLearning Powerpack, do get in touch with us via the Training Spark website, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Thanks.